Alright folks, here we go. This is the new week 1 of real therapy. Try and set this up here. Set it up there. It's probably too lean. There we go. Alright. Got my lighter water bottle. Starting the routine. So yep, today we went in for the first real PT. And it was, it was long. It was an hour. We did all kinds of stuff. We did a lot of testing of my, this would be extension, this would be flex. So we did a lot of tests of extension, which turned out to be very solid. Did not bring my watch with me, great. But how are we gonna do this? We got a timer. We got another timer around here. Of course we don't. No, we got this one. This is way too much. Counts way too much time at once. Yeah, no. Counted by the minute. We could set the timer every time. That's gonna be really dumb. Let's do it. But you know what? I could set it for like a minute and do them both. We tested the extension, which, like when the doctor took the stitches out, the sutures, he was like, "Hey, you're so well recovered. You've basically got full extension going on right now. You shouldn't be able to do that, but you are, and that's great." So today the PT went ahead and checked my extension and was like, "Yeah, you're amazing. You're basically equivalent to your left arm." Then he checked the flex, which is not as good as the left arm, but almost there. It's only like 10 degrees off, which is also very impressive. We did a lot of work on the lymph node massage, and there's lymph node in your elbow, lymph node in your armpit, well, tons of lymph node. The problem being here, that while we're protecting the surgical scars, the surgical incision, and the repair job with the brace and the wrap, that's also impeding the flow of blood. And so I get some swelling from time to time. That would be nice to reduce because it would help the scar recover quicker, and generally feels better when your arm isn't swelling up like Popeye and shit. Because one day I put on the ace wrap far too tight, and after a while I was like, "Oh, look at that, the arm is really swelling up." And I unwrapped everything and let it sit, and it went back to normal. And I iced it, and it felt better. Wasn't a big deal. But when I talked to her, she's like, "Yeah, you put the ice wrap on it, and then you put the brace on it, and that's basically enough to mess with it right now because the trauma itself was so intense." Two more. That right now, it wants to swell, and any amount of straps and things and straps on top of wraps is messing with it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so she set up a long, essentially massage while I was doing diaphragmic, like deep stomach breathe, put my hand on my stomach and breathe and meditate while she was working on the lymph nodes. And very impressed because when it was all said and done, the arm looked almost normal compared to any amount of swelling and such that I had when I walked in the door. And that was like 20 minutes long, and I was like, wow, Feels good. Felt good while it was happening. Felt better when it was done. Swelling reduced. Just generally like a really good job. I was sold just because the results were like obvious and immediate. We talked about how we want to try and schedule a follow-up with the doctor, have him give his opinion. Oh, that was way too long. On where I am and where he wants us to be. Physical therapist thinks I'm just ahead of the game in general. I'm going to do this for 15 more seconds. But he's the doctor, she's the PT. They want to talk and get on the same page. And so basically we had to avoid doing any direct bicep like strength building and testing, because we're almost exactly 2 weeks recovered. Well, out of surgery, 2 weeks of recovery post-surgery. We'll do this one again. 1, 2. I think I was doing them a little too fast before. 3, 3. 4, 4. 5, 5. The thing I really struggle with is the kitty showing up. Hello, kitty. How you doing? Hello. You're gonna check everything out? It's amazing. She just hears me talking and in she comes. 11, 11. Hi. 12, 12. 13, 13. What's up? Yeah, look at those paws. 14, 14. 15, 15. 16, 16. I basically have to be more forceful with my left hand and dominate my right hand's tendency to do this on its own. So that was the big deal difficulty for me while doing the meow yourself. Oh, that's Bella. While she was doing the lymph node thing and I was doing the breathing and meditation, I found it hard to relax the arm and just let her do it. She knew what she was doing and she needed to manipulate it up and down, but as she was pulling it up, I wanted to help, and then as she was putting it up, it's basically coming all the way up and then going behind my head. So when it was coming up like this, I was like, oh, I want to help. And then when it was coming down behind my head, I was like, oh, don't drop it. And being like overly like compensating and fighting it both ways. Ended up not being a big deal. No, not that long. What the heck are we doing here? Ended up not being that big of a deal. It's just, I overthink of it. The incision is healing up pretty nicely. It's scabbing up good, in a good way. I might want to focus on cleaning it more frequently, because there was a concern originally. Got to keep it, can't submerge it in water. You can go in a shower, you can run water over it. But you're not supposed to submerge it or get it too wet. Also, it has cloth tape sutures on it right now because they removed the actual cord, the stitches out of it. So it just has these ones that were like, let's make sure it doesn't accidentally explode, as we discussed in a previous video. Pop open on us. But if you get them too wet, they might fall off and such. All right, so we did that. There's one new one. Let's see if I can get this straight. I might not really be in frame here. Actually, I should probably just grab a chair. So what she noticed was, and now I'm probably going to be out of frame on the bottom, was I was sitting in a hunched position, kind of protecting the arm. When I have like a large stack of pillows and blankets that keeps it up over my heart when I sit around all day. which keeps it from swelling as much and gets that circulation going. I was slowly doing this thing where I was like bringing it in front of me and hunching over it protectively. It's like apparently a pretty common thing. So I sit up straight in a chair, hit my head flat, get my shoulders down, pinch my shoulder blades together. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. And that helps practice a little bit of posture and gets the shoulder and everything, keep it from freezing up, get me to like sit in a good position to compensate for that like hunching motion. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's wild because when I do this, it's clearly stretching and I feel it a lot more on the right than I do the left. So I feel like a really excellent call on the physical therapist part. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To do that stretch and to maintain that strength and stuff in there. This is all still maintenance, but the stuff we're doing at PT is a lot more intense. It's nice because the arm's really stretching out. And like I said, when we do the meditation, breathing, and lymph node stuff, the arm feels really solid. I still get a thing right about here. If you at home were to put your hand on the radial part of your forearm and go up, and you kind of push down with a finger and you feel the muscle that then tenses and pushes out. That muscle, between a little bit of gaming, some mice, some typing for work and talking with friends and stuff, maybe even some phone stuff, and then all these exercises, that muscle is really getting a workout. And it because these are daily things on top of all the other stuff I'm doing, it doesn't hurt, but it's like if you were doing like workouts every day without giving yourself a day off in between. So it's really like pushing it. But we'll be back tomorrow, maybe talk a little more gaming instead of just recovery stuff. But that's it for today, guys. Thanks.